Hi, Mandy. Welcome to my live. I'm waiting for some other people to join. Thank you, thank you. Welcome, Damien. Damien Alvarez, 65. Welcome. So, I want to talk a little bit about this series. I had started it back in January. And basically, it's celebrating success. So, if you have a side hustle, or if you have a main hustle or small business, I want to talk about it. I want to share it with the larger collective so that, hopefully it brings, some awareness about what it is that you're doing. So if you know somebody who is a small business owner, feel free to tag them. I would love to chat with them. So just waiting. Today we have three small business owners that I'm going to be talking with. The first one is Healing with Hannah, who is a Reiki practitioner. She's a Reiki master. She also has a crystal shop. And I have to say that all of her crystals are ethically sourced, which is really important because if you know the history of crystal mining, like if you have ever seen the movie Blood Diamond, it's a lot like that. So it's really important that you source your crystals and make sure that they're coming from an ethical source. I have another young woman. Her name is Jenny Lynn. She has a spiritual business as well, so we'll be talking with her. And last but not least, my very, very good friend, Mimi, who is a paparazzi business owner, CEO of her own business. So she's going to talk about that. And I cannot wait to get started. So we're just going to give everybody a couple more minutes to join, and then I'll get started. Hey, Mimi. Can't wait to talk about your business. Awesome. All right. Let's see. Yes. Okay, I just accepted. Hannah, I just accepted you. Hold on. Hello, beautiful.
Hi. My crazy.
No, hold on one second. Let me get your photo up because I like to have your background and everything all set. If I remember how to do this.
So you're gonna make those crystals my background?
Yes.
That is so cool. I cannot wait to see how you do this.
Yes. Let me see. Let me see something. Hold on,
That's
because I did it last time. I did it. I don't know if you remember. I had the very first celebrating success that we did, and I had you on it. We did that on the back, and I thought it was so cool,
it
but
is
for
cool.
some reason, it's not letting me do it. Getting
Hey
very upset.
Ashley.
Hmm.
I was saying hey to Ashley.
Oh. Hello, everyone. Okay, so unfortunately I can't get that on, and I see some people are joining us now. Um, I saw someone join. Virgo Moon Crystal. Hello. Welcome to my live. So just a heads up. This is a series that I started back in January, and I had Hannah on. We talked about crystals and Reiki healing and all things spiritual, which I love. And I had to take a break. I had eye surgery. So now we're back. And this is going to be a weekly series. And I'm so honored and happy to have Hannah join us again. I'd like to reintroduce you. So tell us who you are, where you're from, about your business, and where it's going.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to be here. I love you, Lisa. Also, before I begin, I am wearing a ByLisaLi official shirt here, guys.
Yay.
So
They're in the
lack of
pod.
clothes. They're comfy. I love it. So I'm Hannah, and I am a certified Reiki master, currently residing in Alabama. All of my clients, though, I'm seeing through Zoom, so I see people all over the world, which has actually been a cool thing about the pandemic because now I have like international clients, which is
Yeah,
cool, you know?
that's
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm all about healing. I am a healer just in general. Like when you come to me for healing, it's not just sitting on the table and getting a Reiki session. It's getting down to the root of the problem and really starting healing at the root, which I'm a firm believer in and really a big proponent of in my classes that I teach as well. Getting down to the root and then also helping my clients by coaching them afterwards and giving them some tools that they can use on their own to support their healing journey. Because I'm just a part of your journey. You are on this journey and you are driving, right? So you need to have some tools under your belt no matter what's happening
exactly.
so that thanks, Ashley. So that you can continue your healing journey and support yourself along the way because you have to be an active participant. And so that's why I'm here. And I'm here to talk about crystals. I sell, not only do I teach classes, I do psychic tarot, I'm a Reiki and crystal healer. I'm also a spiritual coach. I'm all about alignment. So recently I studied hypnotherapy. So I am studying to take my exam and be a certified hypnotherapist because that technically is just putting everything into alignment. It's aligning
That
your
is,
conscious.
I
I
love
know,
that.
I
I
know.
love that.
It was like, and the thing that got me was releasing limiting beliefs and like changing our thought patterns so that they can be more positive. Because I think everybody can identify when sometimes like we have that voice in the back of our head that's like, like, what if you can't do this? Or why do you think you're going to do this? Or, like just that negativity that it's like, shut up. Like, we don't want you. So I wanted to
Yeah,
try to retrain that part of my brain and get them on the same page with the conscious and the subconscious so that we can live a more positive life. And I want to bring that to other people and my clients as well. So,
that is
yeah.
so, that's
Thank you.
amazing. So let's talk a little bit about that because
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of people starting their own businesses, people who may have in the past been afraid to like take that leap because, oh my God, what doesn't work out? And so tell us a little bit about how you can help, someone who, may be facing that fear and helping them to realize that their success is on the other side of that door.
Totally. So I have some crystals to show you guys that help to release fear and find our courage, which is what we need. Hi everyone joining the live. I'm so ADD, you guys. As soon as everybody pops up and starts doing comments, I'm just like, oh hi. Oh my God. So, what I have to say is that any kind of change, anytime we go through change in our life, whether it's starting a new adventure or leaving something and going somewhere else, like ending something, right? That is a change and it's scary and it's the unknown. So, what do we do? Instead of living out of fear, we have to be out of faith. But in order to be living in faith, we have to be connected to spirit. So, I have several crystals here that kind of like help you get on the right page. Step one, making sure that we're connected to our intuition and to spirit so that we know that we're on the right path, right? Or at least that we're making this move to jump to another move that's going to put us onto the right path, right? And then step two is finding that courage to release what no longer serves us. And then step three is the courage and the self expression to make the move, right?
Right.
And to do the thing, right? So I'm going to start with some crystals. I love showing crystals.
Yeah, I love seeing them.
Yes. Oh my God. So we're going to start with some amethyst today. Amethyst is great for peace of mind and getting rid of anxiety. Brings so much peace, but also connection to spirit. So if you're trying to strengthen your connection to spirit, or maybe you haven't started and you're just like, where do I start? This is a great crystal to start with. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites too. And
Made me
also,
says that's one of her favorites.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, absolutely. And then this heart. So even though amethyst works with our crown chakra, right? If it's in a heart shape, it's also going to work with our heart chakra. So it can help to align our crown and our heart chakra, which is a beautiful thing.
those are
Right. And then once we're connected, we need to release what no longer serves us, right? So
yes.
we have malachite here, which is awesome for releasing what no longer serves us and moving on, finding the next new thing about growth and rebirth,
Right.
right?
Guys, she also has these beads, speaking of malachite,
Yeah.
uh, that I've got from Hannah.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you, Lisa. I have
You're
some bracelets here in the middle. I can make whatever kind of bracelet you guys want. You can just like text me about your intentions. Some of these are like custom, like mother daughter, like matching. Yeah, I love them.
welcome.
So, another crystal that we would use to release our fears is smoky quartz. Smoky quartz is an awesome crystal to help us release low vibrations, which happens to be fear, right? And doubt. All of those energies are low vibrational energies. And the awesome thing about smoky quartz, too, is while it's releasing these low vibrational energies, once that's cleared out of the way, then we can see a little bit more clearly, right? The path in front of us and solutions, right? Such a great crystal. And this is like a great palm stone for just meditating and getting clarity, or you can scry into it. It's this one's super high quality. It's almost like a magnifying glass. It's awesome. And then the next one I want to share with you guys is citrine because citrine is like one of my favorites.
Yes.
Like, oh my God. It's so happy, right? You can't look at citrine and like not smile. It's the energy and happiness of the freaking sun. Okay. So this helps us to release our fears and also sparks our motivation and creativity. So if you're looking to open your own business and also brings abundance, we all need that. Citrine is a definite, like, you have to have this crystal. Okay. Have to, have to, have to. And then another crystal that's awesome, also for abundance, is pyrite.
Faves.
I sold Lisa. You got a big hunk of pyrite.
Yeah.
God.
I have two. Well, I had two, but when they had started doing the office renovations, I left it on my desk and it went to, I guess it went to go live with someone else.
It walked away. Wow. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
That's wow. Okay, well, karma, karma, karma. But pyrite is a super strong crystal. It's super grounding. It's also going to give you courage, confidence, and strength. So if you struggle like with your boss, like and have like feelings with like what is the word like subservitude and stuff like that, this is the crystal that you need and it'll help you to tap into your power, and it's also protective, so we always need ways to protect our energy. It's also called fool's gold. Do you see how sparkly?
Yes. I love
I
it.
can't. It's so good. I love it. And then another one to give us courage and ignite our pocketbook, bring us some ambition, is Tiger Eye. I love Tiger Eye. So, Tiger Eye, like I said, is going to give us courage and confidence. It's grounding. It's going to work with that root chakra. It's going to help you express yourself. And it also brings you luck and abundance. It's a
That's awesome.
great crystal.
I
And I
love it.
love, right? I love how it's like holographic. I could like play with, stare with crystals all day. Okay. And then we have some hematite, and this is one that I feel like pretty much everybody needs right now because it's grounding and also it realigns and harmonizes your mind, body, and spirit, right? And a lot of people are out of alignment right now.
Oh, that is so true.
Right. We're struggling to get there, and we also need some grounding. The great thing about hematite is it deflects stress. You can see that's like a mirror. You can like
Yeah.
see me in this. And like I said, grounding, protective, reuniting and harmonizing. And I also really like it because it is an iron ore. So women and people with anemia, this is a really great crystal to have. It's great for the menstrual cycle and also just in general if you have anemia.
Okay.
And the last crystal I want to share with you guys, this is me after I toned it down, guys. Like, I had so many crystals out, and I was like, I can't go through like 50 crystals.
Uh,
Okay, this is our last crystal here, and this is like a must have. This is Brazilian black tourmaline.
oh,
So, yeah, yep, Brazilian. So, black tourmaline is a highly protective stone. If you want to have like crystals around your workspace or in your office, this is a great crystal to have because not only does it absorb negative energies, right, and transmutes them, which means turns them back into positive energies to like put out, it's like an air filter for energy, if you will, right? Not only does it do that, but it also absorbs EMF, so electromagnetic frequencies from like electronics and things like that, right?
that's a good one to have. Uh,
It's a must have. Like, it's when people are like, what are our must have crystals? I'm like, ah, you need them all. But like, for sure, like black tourmaline and amethyst and clear quartz, citrine and rose quartz are like the ones that I would say for sure you have to have these guys. They're so healing and such great energy. They're just awesome.
I love that. So tell us about, or tell me about your hypnotherapy.
Yes. Okay. So even when I was going in, some of my family, they were like, you're not going to be able to hypnotize me. And I was like,
Famous
okay,
favorites.
we'll see about that because I'm super determined, right? And I was like, and I just believe like anybody can be hypnotized. And what I found in the class after, I've taken multiple like medium courses and like psychic ability courses, and we've done a lot of trance and like deep meditation. That's basically what hypnosis is. It sends you into this super deep state of trance and meditation. You're totally aware. I will say, like, from personal experience, there was a time, like, in the end, because all day long, all you were doing was hypnotizing other people and getting hypnotized.
Right.
So it was a lot, it was a lot, like, for your mind, but it was awesome. And, like, towards the end of the day, I was like, am I asleep? Like my eyes were closed. I was like, but I'm not asleep because I'm like thinking these thoughts, you know what I mean? And like
Right.
I can hear what they're saying, but like I felt like that, like even my body had like kind of fallen into that like tingle, like no
Uh,
feeling. And I was just like, oh my God, I feel like I'm asleep, but I know I'm not asleep. Like what is going on? And like at the end of it, like they brought me out and I told it, I was like, did I snore? I was like afraid I was gonna snore or something, you know? But no, I was just in like a super deep trance. And like afterwards, it took me a couple of days. And then I finally felt it was the weirdest feeling in the world, you guys, is to feel your subconscious being in charge and like being like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, I've always felt like, not always, but I've done a lot of work and felt like I've gotten super aligned in my life. And that's a constant thing that we need to work on to upkeep maintenance, right? And always strive for better. But like after that class, I felt like I was sitting taller. I felt like just so in alignment. It was crazy, but also like amazing. So, thank you, TK. I can see that you confirmed I didn't snore. Yeah, and it was awesome. And like I said, I did it because what it does is it aligns your subconscious with your conscious mind. So if for me, it was sometimes like, I want to make a lot of money because I have a lot of things I want to do. And I have a lot of like things that I want to do for this planet and for the world and for people and for my family and all of these things. And I just had this voice in my head that was like, well, who are you to make $1 million? Like, you're
oh,
never going to be able to do that. you know?
Yes, that's
And I would be like, I can do it, you know? But it's like, why am I constantly fighting this head? And some days it's hard to not give into it and be like, you know, you're
yeah,
right. This is not going to make me $1 million, you know? And it's
right.
just like, okay. So that's why it's so important to be in utter alignment. And it just didn't dawn on me until that class how to bring my unconsciousness into alignment with my conscious mind and my conscious goals. And that has been a game changer. And I also like did a spread for myself the other day, and you know, spirit kicked me in the ass, and they were like, you know, you need to make sure that you're like connecting every single day and staying like in constant communication and alignment, because I was on vacation and I was just like doing the thing, you know, with the family, and I wasn't like taking care of myself. And I was like, wait a minute, you're right. What am I doing? Like, so it was just like that kick in the ass and the reminder that I needed to like get back into alignment and keep that like super high vibrational sense of just utter alignment. It was really, really cool. So I'm excited to take my test and start doing hypnotherapy with you guys, because it's like, it's life changing. And if you're in alignment this way and this way, there's nothing stopping you, you know?
Right, exactly. Exactly. So with your hypnotherapy, are you going to be, is there anything that you want to concentrate specifically on, or like how are you going to work that business?
So that's a great question. I haven't really decided yet, because I want to help everyone, you know, like, and I was the
That's
same way.
fine.
I was the same way with Reiki. People were like, "Oh, you
Yeah.
should specialize in something." And I'm like, "I don't want to help everyone, you know, like I don't want to tell people no." And to be
I mean,
honest, I've had
hey, if you don't, yeah.
exactly. And to be honest, I feel like my life has been kind of tough. And so there's been a lot of shit that I've been through. So I feel like I'm pretty well equipped to handle a wide variety of things and issues that people might come to me with. And, you know, part of my motivation, besides healing for myself and healing for other people, when I started learning Reiki, was my family, because my family has a lot of depression, anxiety, chronic pain, mental health issues, and all of these things. And I just know that, like, that it can help them, you know? So that was part of my personal motivation. So I don't feel like ever turning anyone away.
Right. Well, yeah, and you don't have to. You
Yeah,
know, it's your business.
exactly.
So let's right, let's go back and talk about the beginning of your business journey and how you pushed past the fear
Yeah.
of, you know, your secure 9 to 5, and you know, just jumping into, you know, and trusting in your own abilities.
Absolutely. So that is quite the question. So when I first started, it was back in 2019, honestly, in November, before the unforeseen pandemic hit, you know? So that was really interesting to navigate. It turned out to be a good thing for me. I was working in a super toxic work environment, right? Mm-hmm. And it was literally killing me. It had given me an autoimmune disease, and I literally had days where I would think to myself like how freeing it would feel just to fall out of a window from the skyscraper. And I was like, I don't want to live like that, you know, like super dark, super toxic, super deep. And so I was like, I don't want this to be my life, you know. And it was a lot of like control, and I was like, I'm like a butterfly, you know, like I need to feel free, and like I can just like to go where I need to be, you know. And like in an office, in a cubicle, 9 to 5 is not free, and it's definitely not where I need to be. So when I first started my business, I was just selling crystals, and I started with a friend. My advice on going into businesses with a friend is just don't, you know, like you guys like do your own thing and understand that your friends are great. And if you have the same idea, support each other, you know, but also don't go into business together. It just ends up getting messy because if you start out with the same plan, that's great. But chances are, even in a year's time, you're not going to have the same vision anymore. And that changes things. So I'm very happy to be on my own now and doing my own thing and making my own schedule. Sometimes I still have moments where, like, out of the blue, I got a random job offer to be like a mortgage person at a bank.
Oh,
Right? Like, I was
all
just
right.
talking to this lady. We're trying to sell our house. I'm talking to her on the phone. And I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of a perfectionist about this. I want to make sure I'm doing it right, And she was like, when you moved down here, do you want a job? You sound like the perfect person. And in my mind, I immediately knew. I was like, this is a test.
Yeah.
This is dangling like 9 to 5 security in front of my face and saying, you can still have this. This can be yours. But as soon as I thought about it, to be honest, I was like, no. Like, I just remember how much it crushes my soul. And so the point is, if you're in alignment and you are connected to spirit and you're connected with your guides and you understand your life path and you understand that whatever is meant for you is going to be for you, then you don't have to be fearful. There's sometimes where I have to stop and check myself and say, all right, the client, if I like look at my calendar and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have anybody for this week, I'll be like, okay, it's going to be okay, and I'm just like, trust that everything will happen. And I'll be darned, I'll definitely start just booking clients for the week. And I'm just like, here they are, like, just trust that it's all going to come and it's all going to happen the way that it's going to happen. And when I don't have somebody like for some time, it's like, all right, what else can I do? Like, whether it's for myself and it's self-care, self-development, spiritual growth, or whether it's like making new creations. Like, I came up with my own version of black salt that I love. Yeah.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. So, what's next for Healing with Hannah?
What's next? I just got on TikTok. So that's like what
So,
just happened.
so happy.
Thank you. And this, I think it's this weekend. I'd have to look at my calendar to be honest. Or next weekend, I am going to a recording studio and I'm going to be recording some guided meditations.
I love it.
Yes, and putting
Like,
together some.
happy.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm really excited. And it just, part of my spread the other day, it kind of made me cry because music was in the spread. And that is the heart and soul of my life is music. That's how I connect with angels. That's everything. I trained to be a classical opera singer for like 17 years of my life, So yeah, I was super dedicated, super into it. And I've missed the connection, because I didn't end up doing music and I missed it. And so I had to figure out a way to bring it back into my life. And I did that through sound healing and also realizing that guided meditation, anybody can lead a guided meditation. But if you happen to have like a really soft, like ambient voice, like that helps a lot, So yeah, exactly. That's my way of bringing it back and feeding my soul at the same time. So I'm really excited to do that.
I'm just so happy that you're just sharing so much. I mean, guys, this is one of like her light is so bright.
Thank
Like,
you.
this is one of the first people I go to when I'm going through my stuff. And I love everything that you're doing. I
Thank
wish you nothing but continued success and growth. And I'll be here cheering you on with my little pom poms. You know,
you.
I love it. Tell everyone how they can connect with you.
Yes. So I don't have my website up yet, guys, but I'm all over Instagram. So DM me. Yeah. And I will get back to you. I check the spam folder because sometimes it doesn't go through. And I will DM you back. It'll be awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Hannah. I love you to death.
I
You
love that.
my most beautiful friends, and I'm so happy that you came on and you shared a little bit of yourself with us today.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I love you so much, Lisa.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that was Healing with Hannah. She is amazing. One of my most amazing friends. And I have our next person who will be joining. Take it away. Tell us who you are, where you're from. Tell us about your business and where it's going.
Well, first of all, hi guys. Again, Lisa, thank you so much for having me on tonight. I appreciate it. Loved Hannah, by the way. I'm definitely going to be hitting her up.
She is such
I
a
need my chakras. I need cleansing, girl.
that's to go telling you.
But I am a proud CEO and founder of Lioness Den of Jewels. I am a paparazzi consultant. Everything's nickel and lead free. I sell jewelry. Everything for the most part is $5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we have rings. We have, jewelry for little girls. We have jewelry for us ladies, and it ranges. And we even have urban bracelets. We have jewelry for men. Some, oftentimes we do that, and it's just an amazing world that I've been able to join in, and it's just been awesome. It's been a great ride for me so far. I've been welcomed in by a huge sisterhood, and it's more like a huge family organization, so to speak, because there's men, there's women. I've even seen kids opening up their business selling paparazzi because we all believe in it. And truth be told, if you guys hear a small dog barking, I can't speak apparently, we call her Blink Security here in this house, which, Lisa, you've met Micah, the small little white terror that we have
Yeah,
in here in the house. So if you hear her barking, you'll know why.
I love it. So tell us what was your why? Why did you get into selling paparazzi? And
Oh
why?
God, the reason why I got into it was very simple. I love the product so much, and I was always often buying from other small business groups, consultants.
Mhm.
And at the rate that I was buying, I said to myself, you know what? I might as well just become a consultant. And I just said that as a joke to one of my friends. And she was like, well, why don't you? I think you'd be awesome at it. And I was like, I don't know about this. I'm not into sales. I mean, I've worked in retail years ago. I'm really dating myself now. But I said, you know what? You're right. I might as well do it. And so for a simple little um, um, starter up kit of $99, and I'm slowly building up an empire. And I started selling as I mean, recently. I started literally mid-May. I started going on doing my
I,
live
I
and
remember.
selling, and it's just slowly picking up. It's been booming, and it's so far it's an amazing ride. And I'm actually going to their convention in August
Oh, that's fun.
in Vegas, the first week in August. Even though, yes, we have so many heat waves going on, so I will be well hydrated. But yeah, it's been so much fun. It really is, and I highly encourage anyone who wants to start a small business and you love jewelry, and you're one of those people who's kind of bubbly, but you still get the jitters whenever you do your lives, because I do go on Facebook Live through my page.
Mhm. Yeah.
But you know what? Once I try not to think about who's watching me, I just think of it as talking to family or my friends, like how I'm talking to you right now. That's all I picture, because I believe in the product, and I just picture I'm talking to my friends and family and say, here you go, check this out. And I show everybody, and I said, look at this. Look what I have. I've got new things. What do you want to see? And we just have a conversation. It's almost like having a live talk show. So,
Yeah.
which you've actually seen my lives. It's having like a live talk show, only, I just get to see everybody's feed at the bottom. And there you go.
So, tell us how you passed the fear of starting your own business.
I think it's all a leap of faith.
Hmm.
Having faith in yourself and having a huge support network. Even though everyone tends to feel unsure of themselves at one time or another, you have to be able to take that leap, because my mindset was, I don't want to live in the what if era. What if I didn't go into business? What if I had gone to business? What if, what if, what if? What and if are two powerful, words to put together. So it's just, that's the one thing I've always taught my son: don't live in that fear. I mean, yes, we have certain fears, but if you can conquer it, that keeps you humble. That keeps you at that position where you know where you started from. You know how you grew. And just take that leap of faith. That's really much how it boils down to. And that's exactly what I did. I went ahead and I said, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to jump into the pool and test the waters.
Okay, I love that because fear is a very natural emotion,
Yeah.
right? But I think it's important that we not like you acknowledge the fear because
Mm-hmm.
we're human and you allow yourself to feel it, but
Mm-hmm.
don't live there. Don't
Yep.
don't sit there and unpack your luggage there and just camp out and freeze because you'll never know. Like if you decide not to move forward on whatever it is that you're, trying to do, then you're never gonna know how successful you could have been.
It's true. And it's a fear that you have about anything, whether it's fear of being alone, you're out of a relationship, or fear of jumping into a new business, or fear of going into a new job, or any type of fear that of something new. You have to embrace it with that humility. You have to embrace it head on, and not, and obviously you're going to have that little doubt. You're always going to have those little seeds that are going to be there, but knowing how to crush it, knowing how to conquer it, is your biggest thing. And when you can, and you can see it, how you're growing, how you're progressing, whether it's you're on your own, whether it's starting a business, whether it's whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish in your life at that moment, is what's going to set you up for the next challenge in your life. That's how I see things like that. That's why I always sign off, Erin, you've known this, I've always signed off with stay strong, stay true, and stay you. And because I believe in that, as long as you stay strong within yourself, you stay true to yourself, and you stay within yourself, and you always learn how to take those leaps, that's what gets you ahead.
Right. That is so true. I can't like that's so true. And that's why I, do the things that I do. And that's, I keep that at the forefront of every decision that I make.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, fear is natural, but it
Yeah.
doesn't define you. You know,
Amen.
that's really important. So, what's next for Mimi's, Lioness? That's right. Lioness Den.
Lioness Den of Jewels.
Yeah.
That's my website, www.lionessdenofjewels. Well, the next one up would be, I'm going to be eventually opening up like a little pop-up shop. We have like a little local flea market area.
Okay.
Actually have invited a lot of local small shops to come in and set up a shop, which, my sister actually was the one who actually suggested that to me. So props up to her for that one. So that's one of the things, that's the next one that's coming up very, very soon. And who knows what else, whatever else the future holds, but definitely there's a lot more lives that are coming.
Good.
Actually going to be hoping to open up a Shopify account soon, so people can shop there. People can always shop, 24/7, and just on my website alone, the lionessdenofjewels.com, you can shop there. But I always have new inventory that comes in that you may or may not see on the website, that's always put up, that I always have, that'll be on Shopify as well. So those are little items that I'm going to be posting here and there. So stay tuned. We got more stuff coming up soon.
Perfect. Perfect. So, my next question for you is I know that you just started this business in May, like
Mm-hmm.
around ish, right? So, what's been the most challenging part of running your own business?
Ooh, I think one of the challenges is, because I'm a full-time mom and I also have a full-time job, is just trying to juggle everything. That's been one of the hardest parts of it. But at the same time, it's been one of the best rides ever, because now my son's getting into it. Go, Mom, are you doing a live? Do you need any help?
Right.
You want me to organize things? And I just look at him. He makes me beam, honestly, because sometimes he'll come on my live, sometimes he doesn't. He's in the background. But that's been one of the biggest challenges that I've had to face, is just being able to make the time to do the lives. Then I have to do the invoicing, then I have to do, little other events that I have, whether it's a contest, whatever the case may be. It's
Right.
just finding that time, trying to find that balance between being a full-time mom, working a full-time job, plus having my own business, plus having to deal with everyday household issues, plus having pets, which is what I'm also a fur mom, a fur baby mama. So it's just being able to juggle all of that. That's been one of the challenges, but it's slowly challenges I'm actually able to slowly conquer. Hope.
I mean, once you get into your flow of things, then it's just becomes second nature.
Yeah,
Um,
it does. But it's just more the, between my son, I have to remind him, okay, you have to log into Taekwondo, or you have to do this, or you have to do that. It's just so many things that, it encompasses on a day-to-day basis, that by the time you're done, it's like, where did the day go? I
I,
literally have to, sometimes I have to find time to center myself. And like what Hannah said, there's moments when you have to meditate, you have to center yourself and say, okay, breathe, because
yes.
it's going to catch up with you, and you can't just let it overtake you.
And taking those little moments is so important.
Oh yeah, it is. Even if it's just a quick 2-minute respite of breathing, and
Yeah.
just just to hear yourself catching that breath, and just saying, okay, don't get me overwhelmed. Just try to center yourself, and that's pretty much how I have to do it nowadays.
Yeah. And then on the flip side of that, what is the most rewarding part of this whole journey for you?
Meeting new people, having to meet new people, and reconnecting, because I've reconnected with some other of my friends who now are my clients. And the fact that I've been able to get to know what they like, what type of jewelry they like, what type of pieces are appeal to them, and get them out of their own comfort zone. That's been one of the, like, the fun aspects of the business, because I'll, say, I even did it for you, and when you win a free piece, and it's like, let me push the envelope a little bit, let's try this, you
Right.
know and I so far it's been like about like a 97% hit, and it's like, okay, you have that little 3%. It's like, it wasn't too crazy, but I was like, you know what, you can pay it forward and give it to someone who is going to like it, and there you go. That's how you draw in the business. But that's been one of the most fun parts of this job, is just of owning this business, is just having to connect with new people, and having them shop, and getting to know them, getting to know their likes, and everything. That's been the best part of it.
I
And
love
getting those comments when they send me the little direct messages going, OMG, I just got my bag, I love it. And I'm like, I tell you guys, one thing is seeing it on the screen when I'm doing my lives. Another thing is when you actually see them in person. It's like,
right. I I know. Well, in closing, please tell everyone how they can connect with you, about your website, your Instagram.
sure. My website is lionessdenofjewels.com. And you can also find me on Facebook, which is Morella Mimi Wong. It's a public page. If you Once you friend me on that, you can always ask me to. I also have a private VIP group, which is it's a small group of people that I have, that they have the first dibs on items, brand new items that I get. So I usually do what we call wall drops, and it's all brand new pieces that have come in, that I was able to secure, that I have, that you can actually pre-claim and pre-order. So this way, once it comes in, I put your name on it, and if it sells out, I won't show it. So some people won't even know what someone else has had, because you have that exclusive right into the VIP room.
Nice.
Those are different ways. And again, stay tuned. I will have Shopify. I will be starting that very, very soon, and a couple of other items.
That is so cool.
The world is my oyster right now.
Yes. So everyone, please connect with Mimi on her lionessdenofjewels.com, on her Instagram page. Um, Check out her lives. They're super fun, always engaging. And she is, one of my dearest friends. And I'm so happy to share her with you guys. Thank you so much, Mimi.
Thank you, darling. It's been fun. Hi, guys. Talk to you later, guys. Stay tuned.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. I it's off. Hold on. Okay. I think you can do it on your end.
On my end, I just
Yeah.
clicked what the X. I
Yeah.
think. Okay, you got it. Here we go. Bye.
Bye. That was my very good friend Mimi Wong, everybody. Everybody, she is a paparazzi CEO and one of the best people to connect with. Now, up next, hold on just one moment. I am requesting, last but not least, Jenny Lynn, who also has, hello, she's got
Hi!
spiritual business. How are you?
How are you? It's so
Wow,
good to see you.
to see you too. You look
Can you
great.
hear me? I'm outside. I don't have
Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you
okay.
just fine.
Cool.
Yeah. So how have you been? Tell us a
I'm great, thank you. I'm at the beach right now. I'm on the Jersey Shore with my family.
oh, I'm so
I
jealous.
never I don't think I've ever been. I don't think I've ever stayed here before. This is like a rite of passage, I guess, because we're in the area. I've only ever been to the Hamptons one time too, so I just kind of like take off the hi baby, my friend Heidi's here. Hi Hannah, hi babe, hello darlings. Lisa, it's so good to see you. You look beautiful. You are glowing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. So thank you for joining my little Instagram live series.
Yes, it's
I
not
meant
little, it's massive,
it's massive.
worldwide reach. Hi
That's
Mimi.
international.
Yeah,
So
massive,
I
unthinkably big.
yes. So I started this series to kind of introduce, because I know a lot of small business owners like yourself and like Hannah and my friend Mimi, and a good friend of mine who does lashes, who's doing really, really well. And I thought it'd be a good opportunity to just share everyone with the collective, and it's this is more specifically for small businesses, you know, um, who wouldn't ordinarily have another outlet to, because we can't
Right.
have millions of dollars to make a
Yeah, we're not taking out ad space on cable TV.
so this is it.
Yeah,
And I think social media has grown, and you can,
exponentially. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So you're reaching people that you wouldn't ordinarily reach just on the day to day. So this series is called Celebrating Success, because we are all successful, whether you're just starting out, just pushing, having pushed past that fear, that initial fear of, oh my God, should I even start this? Oh my God, like that we all feel. That's success in and of
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
I started this as a way to celebrate us, So I
Yeah.
started, I talked about my business. And then I brought Hannah she was on the very first healing, celebrating success.
Yeah.
And, I wanted to make it a weekly series,
I love it. I love it. It's a great idea.
Thank you
Uh,
for joining us. So tell us who you are, where you're from, tell us about your business and where it's going.
So my name is Jenny Lynn Rodriguez. I was born in Germany because my dad was in the army, but I grew up mostly near the border of Canada, like right by the border, above Buffalo and like below Niagara Falls. And I've been in New York for, my goodness, I think 16, 17 years. But my parents are from New York, so I always say I was a half a New Yorker before I got here, so I didn't have to wait the
Of course.
7 to 10 years. What is it, 7 years, 10 years? It's like when you're a New Yorker, you're a New Yorker. I think you can almost claim it like by attitude or like by
Attitude.
strength. Yeah, like the first time I think somebody bumped into me and I didn't say sorry to them, I was like, oh, I'm a New Yorker now, I guess. You know what I mean? It's not like you know that you're like small town, you're like a small town sweet person when you're like, oh, sorry, am I taking up
Yeah.
space? like,
Yeah.
no. But yes, I'm in love with New York. I, New York is the whole world. I'm not going to go on a tangent about New York, but I love New York. So yeah, New York is Bay, and so I am. There's a lot of things that I'm working on right now, and there are things that I know that are done in the field that like I feel like I could just say, but I will say that I'm training as like an international speaker. I'm like in a training course, so one of my dreams is to do TED Talks, things like that. Yeah, like positivity, raising vibration. Um, and I'm a healer. I've known that I was a healer since I was 8 years old. Somebody told me, like a psychic or something, and was like, "Whoa, like little girl, like what are you?" I'm like, "I don't know. What am I?" They were like, "What's going on here?" Like, Hannah knows. Like when like for me, like from that day on, the barometer was always like, if a spiritual person or a healer or a psychic or something like didn't say something to me, then I was like, maybe you're a phony. Like, because like somebody saw something when I was 8 years old, and clearly it was like it was glowing or something. And that, yeah, so I've known that I was a healer ever since I was a little kid, but I didn't really. You're not embodied. Like your prefrontal cortex is not even settled until you're past 24 years old. So just like I let myself be half normal, but I've always been super interested in spirituality and fairies and astrology and everything like that. So that's always been a thing. Yeah. And I have been healing, like doing healing work under the radar for about 14 years. So I was going to say, to your point earlier, which is like a perfect point, like it does take it takes courage. It takes a massive leap of faith sometimes to just be like, I love this. I'm drawn to this. This is a passion of mine. I feel that this is right. I feel that this is who I am, and I'm actually going to go for it. There's a difference between like living safe and earning money and surviving, and then like going for something that's right, you know?
Exactly.
So I have been like under the radar healing. I only told people I knew were comfortable with it, the idea of it, for probably like a good anywhere between like 10 to 14 years.
Okay.
Like I've been doing healing work. I've been, but I just officially launched my healing practice, like publicly, officially about a month ago. And it's called Starlight and Sacred Tree. That's my Instagram handle for that. And it's also I have a page on Facebook as well, Starlight and Sacred Tree, because I was in a deep meditation once, and I just asked like for guidance, and what does it look like? What am I doing? Why do I have this? What should I do with it? And I saw a dark sky with these sparkling lights, and then like a tree, this beautiful, like the tree of life. And I was like, oh, starlight. Oh, it's like the sacred tree, starlight and sacred tree. And I woke up out of it, and I was like, that's it. That's it. Starlight and sacred trees. It was like presented to me as an image. Yeah. And since that time, I've worked with like, I mean, since March, in March, I embarked on a brand new leg of my journey to get serious about this and kind of dive into this. Thank you, honey. I'm proud of you too. um, I did a manifesting miracles weekend. It was like a law of attraction, like deep dive immersion. Yeah, it was 33 hours and 3 days. It was supremely intense. I'm working with Master Sri Akarshana, who is amazing. He's a Himalayan, certified yogi.
I love
that. And yeah, he's helped like I think like at least 100 million people have clicked on his things or seen his videos or have been helped by him. And he is working to raise like global awareness and same exact mission. So I'm so blessed to have found him, or it's just I'm blessed, or it's perfect because it was what it was supposed to be. The master like genuinely appeared when the student was genuinely ready. It was very perfect. And so we did this 3-day deep dive immersion, and then we had this homework. It was like for 90 days. We had to try to do this chakra yoga every day to open energy centers. And then we had a family that we would check in with, like a spiritual family. So we had weekly Zoom calls and stuff, and we all just said like, oh, I had this miracle, or I was really worried about this, but it didn't happen. And so we were started to check in about like miracles after the weekend.
Okay.
And they did start pouring in. And I think it was just that we were all attuned and we were all amping each other up. And it was really incredible. And so just miracle after miracle, like literally miracles, like things that I've dreamt of my whole life or hoped for, or healing, especially healing that I have wanted my whole life in my own journey it's just happened. And so, yeah.
I love that. Like when we're energetically aligned like that, you like become a magnet, you know, like all
100%.
blockages are just done.
It's real.
Done.
I know, it's real. It's like I already believed in the law of attraction. I already believed in manifestation. I already knew about mindset, but all of a sudden it started happening daily, regularly. It was I was laughing, like I shouldn't be shocked at anything. I shouldn't be surprised at anything ever. And what is going on with it? It's like the humidity out here is
You look beautiful. Don't worry about it.
And it's incredible. Like the journey's been incredible, and I will work with him. Like it is written, it is done, and I'm just so thrilled and so excited. And since that time in March, I started to give sessions more regularly, and as that my intuitive healing, Reiki healing energies flowed, you know, it's like Hannah knows, like it's like a muscle. It's like a muscle, like letting your channels open and letting yourself be like a rapid flowing open healer. It just started to feel more powerful and get more and more easy. And so I've worked with about 40 clients since March. Yeah.
So how are you working with them? Are you doing virtual visits right now?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Only 2 people so far in the last, since the pandemic began. I've only, three. Only 3 people I've been able to give like physical Reiki to in person, like actual healing. But I'm surprised and shocked. Maybe not shocked isn't the right word, but I'm delighted to find that you can do this on Instagram. You can do this on WhatsApp. You can do this on Zoom. You can heal people like because a frequency moves faster than cell waves.
Yeah.
And and intuitive knowing is intuitive knowing regardless of, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like remote healing is very real and it's very possible. And so if somebody was in California and they said, can I have a session at 3, but I don't even want to talk to you. Can you just send me Reiki at 3 my time? I'll know you're sending it. You know what I mean? You just send it. They'll get it. They'll get it. If belief is there and the channels are open, like belief is what causes the channels to open.
Exactly.
So if somebody's a non-believer, you can't like Reiki them and make them believe. Yeah. Unless you get them to believe your belief, it's a whole thing. You know what I mean? And like the naysayers will always be like, well, Reiki's not real then if you can't do it for everybody. But it's like, well, but having your channels closed off is real. You know, that's
very true.
You know. And I always say my favorite thing to say in the last like few months now that I've been just doing this so regularly, is resonance is resonance is resonance. And so if somebody's like, what are you doing? You're doing weird spirit stuff. I'm just like, if you say so, you know?
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't resonate with someone, I won't fight for 2 seconds. There's no point in diminishing my energy.
They what I find is that they've just not reached that point in their journey yet to be able to into it and understand it. So
forever. Yeah. Some people just live in a whole different kind of life.
Yeah. And that's okay. And that's okay. You know?
Yeah.
So now what's been for you the most challenging part of this journey?
The most challenging part of this journey is understanding so clearly and profoundly that I have this calling and I have this need to help. I need to help, but I knew that I had some personal healing to complete, some part of my journey that I had to, that I had I decided that I needed to be more healed before I could do more healing, if
Right.
that makes sense. It's not that I couldn't. You can heal if you can get out of your head and out of your own way, you can give and you can love and you can heal. But I I had a belief. It was my belief system that was really in my own way. And I I had some healing to do. So it was really frustrating to have this passion, this calling,
Yes.
just knocking my door down when I was like, I'm not done yet, like with my own stuff. Like, I have more research to do. I have, and it's like, part of me had to dive in a very, aggressive isn't the right word, but in a very vehement way to
Yeah.
complete that healing. Okay, then get off your butt, Jenny, and finish your healing. You've got this calling. Shut up and take care of what you have to take care of.
Right.
And then the other part of it was, I don't have to be a Himalayan yogi, floating in savasana at the top of a mountain. Like, I don't. I have a calling. I have these gifts. I have to share them. I have to help anywhere I can. If I help this much, I have to help that much. If I can help two
Absolutely.
people, I have to help two people. So it was just like pushing through my own sense of limitation. That was that has been, the most challenging part of it for me, that imposter syndrome, or
Yes.
feeling unready, or feeling incomplete, or feeling, I don't know, unworthy, or whatever.
Whatever that looks like, right?
Whatever that looks like. Yeah. I was in my own way.
Yeah, but you push past it,
Yeah.
which is, like that's the first step in just an amazing journey.
Yeah.
And now on the flip side of that, what for you is your favorite part of this process?
Interestingly, the flip side of that, for me, is it's the rest of that answer.
Mhm.
When I took up the courage to just launch, to just say, I'm already doing this. Why is it a secret? Why am I in the closet? It was like, I like to say, I was like a coming out of the closet for me. So a lot of my family my immediate family my parents are quite conservative, um, Catholic, Christian. So they have, they're wonderful, beautiful Christian people. They have the way that they live in the world and the way they see the world, and they thought that they raised somebody who they raised and would see the world that way. But I just live in the world so differently, and I honestly was terrified that they wouldn't like it, But I was like, I have to help people, so my need to give and to serve
Mm-hmm.
and to love the way that I need to, the way that I am, it has to be stronger than the fear of them misunderstanding. And they're wonderful and we have a great relationship, but it was just this thing, because it's my whole life now, and it needs to be my life for the rest of my life. So I was like, there's no going back. You walk through those doors. So I took up the courage, I launched it, I did it, I announced it, and they were amazing. Like, almost like it was a joke that I had so much fear. It wasn't just them, it was the world at large. Like, what if people who don't get it or don't like it, what if people make fun of me, what if people accuse me of being fake, or anything, just so much fear. And when I just did it, I said, I don't care, I can't care, I have to do this, I have to help. Oh, low power mode. I have to help. Then it was almost, that was one of the biggest miracles that I had mentioned earlier, because there was no resistance. This is so right and so timely and so right, that like everyone in my life was like, Jenny, yes, this is you. Yeah, this is, of course, do it. Oh, you're launching this? Yes, that's wonderful. Like, you're a really wonderful person, and we're rooting for you, and you're going to help so many people. And I actually like fell to my knees and sobbed one day, because I was like,
I
I
love.
I can't believe I didn't believe that I would have so much love and support. You know, also probably part of the healing I needed to do around worth um, and all of it. So the best, like I've been completely liberated from caring and also from fear of people not being on my wavelength, because resonance is resonance is resonance.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
that is so
Yeah. Yeah. We resonate or we don't resonate. And I wish you all the best if we don't. Like, go find what resonates with you.
exactly.
My very best to you.
So, what is next on your journey? Like, where do you see yourself in about 10 years or so?
10 years. 10 years. So what I'm working on now is just kind of figuring out exactly how I want Starlight and Sacred Tree to look like.
Yeah.
Like my my primary goal for Starlight and Sacred Tree is to have several holistic spas in cities where I want to have houses and live and like run my beautiful holistic healing spas. And also I want to travel the world, speak, reach people's lives. I want to, you know, I'm an actor and a singer. Like I've been a performer all my life, and I think that it's just finally made sense to me why I have no stage fright, why am like a decent speaker. Like public speaking is not a fear that I have. And
Right.
I think it's because I have those skills to use them for this. Not
Yes.
to say that I'm not going to act and I'm not going to, and I also have my own production company, Gen X Productions. It's fantasy films. And so one of my massive dreams as well, and definitely within the next 10 years, I want to have a female run film studio where we make epic fantasy journey films with a moral message and a lot of magic, a lot of special effects. Yeah.
Oh,
Lord of the Rings, Avatar type stuff. Yes. Never
I
ending story.
love that.
Yeah. 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 So I want to combine all of the skills that I have and that I've honed and worked on and use them to make whatever difference I can. Because I believe that my purpose in this world is to raise the joy quotient and and raise the awareness in people of what their natural magic is.
Right.
So many people don't know their magic, and it breaks my heart in a million pieces, and I'm like, I will show you. I will show you. Please let me.
I love that so much, Jenny. Oh my gosh. So please tell everyone how they can connect with you if they are looking for any of your healing services. If you have a website, feel free to share it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's at Starlight and Sacred Tree AND on Instagram. Starlight and Sacred Tree has a Facebook page. My email there is starlightsacredtree@gmail.com. Anybody can go ahead and reach out to me for information or to make appointments. Um, and right now I'm doing one-on-ones. I don't know how quickly things will move along in terms of the speaking and the traveling. And I'm probably going to run workshops and seminars and weekend things within the next year. And that will be really fun and really exciting. Like I'll do those 3-day workshops that I mentioned that I took. I'll probably run some myself, and I'll have a healing program in place.
Awesome. Awesome. So in closing, if you could impart some words of wisdom or just give someone out there some advice as to how to push past that fear and just, just do it.
Yeah, yeah. I tell you what, I believe in reincarnation. That's just me. I think that souls have a mission, souls have a purpose, and I think that we incarnate into these bodies with a mission and a purpose that we do forget about. Almost every person does get conditioned out of it, just the way that the world is. And when we start to remember who we are and what our passions are. Like we have passions for a reason. We have skills and gifts for a reason. We look the way we look. We talk the way we talk. We feel the way we feel. We process the world the way we do for a very particular reason. And each of us genuinely are a perfect soul-shaped snowflake, all our own. And the number one piece of advice that I would love to give to people is if you don't know it, if you don't know your purpose or your passion, find it. Find it. Look for it. Research it. Like, make that your whole goal in life. Like, make your life purpose to find your purpose. And then when you have it, live it. Start now. Start today. Just dive in, because these bodies will die so quickly. So quickly. Like the expression, you only have one life. You only have one life in this body. Yes.
Right.
So make it happen. Just go in all the way, because you'll never know the bliss and the joy that you know when you're living in purpose every day of your life. I cry every day from joy. Every day something moves me so deeply, and I feel so incredibly blessed that I have to like center myself and like, like come back to present, because I'm just overwhelmed. I've never been this happy, this long, this steadily, and it's genuinely because I live in purpose every single like hour of the day.
I love that. Thank you
Me too.
so much, Jenny Lynn. I'm so happy.
Thank you so much.
And guys, connect with her on Instagram. She's an amazing person, a beautiful light in the world, and I just
thank you so much. Hi, Shivani. Lisa, thank you for having me on. What a beautiful idea. You're a beautiful soul. I'm so happy I know you.
Thank you so much. All right, guys, I'm going to close this out. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Have a great Sunday evening, and we'll be back next Sunday at 7 p.m. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, everybody.